All right, what's up everybody? So in my last post, I mentioned that I would be posting some warm-up exercise that you can implement into your routine that's gonna help you a lot when it gets to like your compound lifts, your squat, your bench, your deadlift, maybe like your WOD of the day, anything like that, right? So today happens to be my upper body day, and I'm gonna go through 3 of my personal favorite exercises that I like to do before I do a heavy bench press routine. But make sure that you do go back if you haven't watched my previous warm-up video, because there's concepts and principles in those videos that you definitely want to apply to these warm-up routines, so you better understand what's important and what has value and when to do things at a specific time. So you're not wasting as much time when you go to the gym, okay? So first exercise you're gonna do is a Cuban press. So Cuban press is a great way to explore your shoulders range of motion, right? Internal and external rotation, along with some overhead pressing so I get my elbow action involved. So it's an upright row, hold this position into an external rotation. I'm gonna hold this position into an overhead press. And then I just kind of follow that pattern of movement back down. So working the shoulders and getting the elbows nice and warm. Second exercise I really like to do is called a shoulder swimmer. Now this is an excellent exercise because you're kind of exploring a little bit of your range of motion. At the same time, you're kind of priming a lot of those upper back muscles and stabilizers, okay? And like I mentioned in my last video, when you are going through your warm-ups and starting to get into your lifts, right? That's the time when you can kind of assess your body and see if you have any limitations. So you're not spending a whole bunch of time trying to do mobility and stretching and smashing and whatnot if you really don't need to. But as I'm going through the shoulder swimmers, if I do find, oh wow, okay, like my right shoulder feels a little stiff, a little sticky, that's when I can go spend a little bit of time mobilizing. But it's not until I assess my body in its current condition that I even need to consider that stuff, okay? So your shoulder swimmer, go ahead and lay flat, extend your arms straight out. I want you to lift, hover just off the ground, and when you get as far back as you can, turn your palms up, bring it behind your back, protract, retract, and then follow that same pattern of movement back out, okay? So that's just 1 rep. So I'll do like half a dozen of those, but they're really nice. Just kind of see what my shoulders are feeling for that day. Lastly, I want to make sure that my spine, right, especially my thoracic area, is good and malleable. I can move, I can extend, I can flex, whatnot. So a banded cat camel, right, the added assistance of a little band can really help a lot, especially for someone like me. When it's cold out, I'm old, I get stiff, right? So I throw on the band, gives me a little extra. So in the cat camel position, the band's across my thoracic. I'm gonna let that band push me into extension, and I'm gonna push against it. So I'm gonna go into flexion. I'm just gonna kind of floss back and forth. But make sure my back is ready for work, okay? So guys, those are my 3 favorite exercises before I bench press, right? If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below or DM me personally.